Louisiana Beer Reviews, Carlsberg, bottled version. Um, when I first started doing reviews back in 2010, a friend of mine sent me a can of Carlsberg and a can of Carlsberg Elephant. And they were about pint size. A little different size in Denmark, but about pint size. I'd never had the bottled version, so I figured I would do it. This and the Elephant, Carlsberg Elephant, which is their malt liquor, are the only two Carlsberg branded beers I've ever seen in the United States. There's even a stronger one than this 7.2%. Over in Denmark, they have Carlsberg Special. What's it called? I think Premium Special. It's 9% alcohol. That was introduced in 1950. This came out in 1904. The Elephant 1955/59. 55 in Africa, 59 around the world. This company was founded in 1847, but this particular recipe here was introduced in 1904, and in that year they received a royal warrant from the King of Denmark, and they still are proud of that because they'll say we have a crown on the label because the royal family contracts, well, or at least did contract for them to provide beer to the palace. So Copenhagen, Denmark, by appointment to the Royal Danish Court. This is a very popular beer around the world, and Carlsberg Group owns so many beer brands around the world, like Baltica, for instance, the Russian beers. It's 5% alcohol, and it gets an okay rating on Beer Advocate. The bros say it's okay. Gets a fine rating on the Beer ME, which would be like a C, C+. On Rapier, though, it gets a 9 out of 100 and a 69 out of 100 for the style. So a 9 out of 100. Well, that's extremely low. That means this must be one of the worst beers in the world. It's hard to believe that people all around, and I love this embossed glass. Got Carlsberg 4 different times on the bottle. So it's hard to believe that a beer could be popular all around the world and it be so bad. So it's the kind of thing that you enjoy until you look at Rapier and then you realize you're not supposed to like it, that it actually is horrible. I've had, like I said, the can version. So let's check out the bottle version. A lot of bubbles. I hope it's not skunked. Didn't see any smoke. Thick white head, and a pretty clear golden appearance with some streaming bubbles, not a whole lot of bubbles, and a whole lot of little fine white grit floating about. So it's not super filtered. In the sun, direct sunlight's not even shining on it, and I can see the grit. A lot of times you get any beer, and if you have really strong light, you can see it, but this is all throughout. All right, the aroma. A really full, pungent, sweet, even sort of bold smell, and it smells really nice. So I would think the aroma is more like a 90 out of 100, not a 9 out of 100. I don't know where that's coming from, but let's go with the flavor. It's a subdued flavor, but you get sweet malts, a little bit of hop bitterness, and some breadiness. So it's a standardized taste. It's a stereotypical European lager flavor, but it's a really good flavor. I like looking at the Carlsberg websites. They have a bunch of Carlsberg Group websites for different beers, and they really try to give a lot of information about the beer, and they show each step in their brewing process. And like they say on their website, we strive for perfection in our brewing, and I think they really hit the mark. I mean, this is about as close to perfect for this style as you can get. It's got a light and watery mouthfeel and a crisp, clean, refreshing, and a super drinkable finish. No, I really wouldn't want to pay $10.49 a six-pack normally. Luckily, when I went to Mathern's today, they had the distributor must have had some kind of issues with something in their six packs, but whatever the case, they made a mixed pack. It's some elephant and some Carlsberg in the six pack. So I bought it. $10.49. It's okay, for a one-time thing. Not something I would do all the time, considering I can get a whole 18 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon for $10.49. But this is a little higher quality than that. But I think it's really great. It's like all good and no bad. I mean, there's no off flavors. It's so finely made, you can tell, so well made. I'm sure their consistency standards their quality control and consistency standards are astronomical. I know it's a major brewer and it's a macro lager, and for some reason that's supposed to mean that it's not good. I've never encountered that. I started drinking beer in February 1996, and I never could understand when I started running across the criticism of major mass-produced beers. But anyway, the lowest I could give this, the absolute lowest, if I wanted to lowball this, the lowest I can score it is an A-, which would be the lower end of excellent. But really, it's so pleasant and easy going to drink. I'm going to give it a straight up A. I think it's most excellent. I think they do a great job, and I would really like to try more and more and more of the Carlsberg brand beers. So, les Bon Temps Roulé, this is a legendary beer for good reason. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.